So self-discipline and self-esteem, we've talked before about how they're really interconnected, how a choice someone can make them feel better or worse about themselves. And an example that I often give for young people is doing homework. If a child puts off their homework or doesn't do it entirely because they'd rather play video games, then the next day when their teacher asks them to turn in their homework, then they're not going to have it and they're going to feel bad about themselves, right? And then further on, if there's a test, the child's not going to know what's on the test, so they're going to get a bad grade and their self-esteem is going to go down again. And then report cards come home and parents are happy, they get grounded, some sort of consequence happens, and of course they feel bad again. But flip that around, so let's say that they do their homework and then they get to play a video game afterwards, they turn it in on time, teacher's happy, they feel a little bit better about themselves, right? Then test comes along, they know what's on the test, so they're more prepared for it, they get a better grade, self-esteem goes up. Report cards come home, parents are happy, self-esteem goes up. So one choice in regards to self-discipline, which is making a good choice, in both sides, it affected our self-esteem up 3 times over, down 3 times over. So that's how those two are interrelated. Now, as parents, mentors, and coaches, how can we really draw this out? The first key is to be a good finder. This is something that my martial arts teacher shared with me as a teaching tip that was huge. It really is huge. And it's the idea of this. It's like a gold miner who's sifting through all that dirt and junk and gunk to get through that one little tiny piece of gold. When a new student comes in, when they're learning a new move, we could very easily focus on the 100 things that they're doing incorrectly on this new technique or new move. But instead we choose to focus on the one thing they're doing very well, something they're doing very well. Then we'll give them a little critique, and when they fix it, when they fix the new thing, we then focus on that fix and what a great job they did fixing it. I think this is important not just because, of course, it makes them feel better, but it also builds a lot of trust between the student and the teacher. There's this unspoken dynamic, this unspoken agreement, I should say, that as a student, I can tell myself, okay, I did pretty good at this, but when I fix something, when I make it better, I get even more praise. So I'm more likely to want to fix things and do what my teacher asks of me. And I think that this could carry over into our self-discipline lesson as well. So if you see your child or somebody that you're in care for use good self-discipline when they do something at all without being told, then praise them for that. Praise them for it. Remind them of what a great job they did. And really be on the lookout. You have to put on like these finder eyes sometimes to find that thing that they're doing without being told. And then you can use that to leverage something new to get them to do without being told as well. So please be a good finder. Load on the praise for the things that do well. That way you can sandwich the correction in between the two praises, right? So praise, make a correction on something they can do better next time, or maybe something else like, hey Johnny, I really, really loved how you brush your teeth without being told. You rinse off the toothbrush, you put it away so that it's in the right spot where you know how to find it. What would be really cool, even better, is if you did that with your shoes too, and put your shoes at the door also. And then when Johnny does put his shoes at the door, takes them off without being told, same thing. Whoa, Johnny, you put your shoes away, high five, you did so well, look at how nice and neat they are. What if your whole room looked like that? Right? Just kind of build on top of those successes with the praise. Put those corrections in there, and not yelling at them, telling them what they did wrong all the time. That just makes anybody feel bad, let alone a young person. So please let me know how it works out, and I hope to continue the lessons in the dojo and keep moving forward with everybody.